Hello. Good morning.
Morning.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
How much?
Quite.
Esta es la historia de una pareja especial, a quienes el amor los llevó a desafiar la distancia de un océano entero y también a hacer sacrificios inmensos para poder estar juntos. Mitchell, un niño chileno de Santiago, común y corriente, al culminar sus estudios como profesor de inglés, decidió hacer una pasantía en el Reino Unido, donde además de practicar el idioma, su intención era enseñar español a los niños de una escuela. Antes de viajar, Mitchell tuvo la brillante idea de conocer gente cerca del lugar donde él iba a llegar. Así como a través de internet, conoció a Ross, un chico inglés que vivía en Ramsday, Kent, quien respondió a la solicitud del Mitchell sin saber que esto sería el inicio de esta idílica y romántica historia. Antes de embarcar, Mitchell se enteró que su pasantía no sería en Kent, sino en un pueblo cerca de Londres. Pero a pesar de esto, estos chicos decidieron mantener su vínculo de amistad virtual y unas pocas semanas de estar Mitchell en Inglaterra, decidieron conocerse en persona. Así fue como un fin de semana de octubre del año 2009 pudieron verse a los ojos por primera vez y el motor de sus corazones comenzó a latir a un mismo ritmo. Dentro de unas pocas semanas ya estaban pololeando, dándole alas a esta relación que se fue poniendo más seria e intensa con el correr de los meses. Pero ya, como sabíamos de antes, Mitchell iba a Inglaterra solo por una pasantía y su tiempo en la escuela ya había terminado. Era el fin de la aventura y debía retornar a su país. Mitchell no quería volver a Chile sin Ross y Ross no quería quedarse en Inglaterra sin Mitchell. Intentaron hasta lo imposible para no tener que separarse, pero nada funcionaba. La angustia crecía y el corazón se apretaba. Así, ya asumiendo que debían separarse, Ross, en un acto desesperado de amor, como en cualquier película romántica, sacó un anillo de su bolsillo y le preguntó: ¿quieres casarte conmigo? Y Mitchell le contestó: sí, quiero, cueste lo que me cueste. Así fue como, con un anillo en el dedo, los pensamientos en Inglaterra y el corazón con Ross, Mitchell volvió a Chile, soñando con la posibilidad temprana de poder volver. Estuvieron separados un año, hasta que luego de un tedioso y caro proceso por conseguir la nueva visa, finalmente el 2 de junio del año 2011 pudieron reencontrarse. Lo más difícil ya había pasado. Al fin estaban juntos nuevamente y las angustias se esfumaron. Su relación, por supuesto, que se consolidó. Y ahora les quedaba prepararse para su gran día. Ese gran día llegó el 6 de octubre del año 2011 y en una sencilla ceremonia civil se convirtieron en civil partners. Pero antes de relatarles ese gran momento, vamos a comenzar por el principio y les voy a decir algunos datos de la despedida de solteros. En Inglaterra, la despedida de los hombres se llama Stag Day, día o noche de alces o venados. y consiste en armar una pandilla con los amigos del novio y salir a hacer actividades de chicos. Por supuesto, como en este caso no habían novias, por si no se han dado cuenta, este es un matrimonio gay, nuestros novios celebraron su transición de la soltería a hombres de familia en conjunto. El lugar elegido fue Go Ape y trata de una serie de obstáculos donde debieron escalar árboles, colgar como monos, tirarse en canopy, entre otras actividades ultra rudas y de machos.
Okay, ahora con Ross vamos a ir a Go Ape. Vamos a ir a pasar la tarde a este, es un parque. Can you explain what Go Ape is in English?
No.
Yeah, but how would you describe it? It's not a theme park.
No. Like an assault course.
What?
An assault course.
Hmm.
Sort of.
Is it like an extreme sports park or something? No? Yeah, but
Rope bridges and zip line.
yes, outdoors,
Swimming and
outdoors physical activities.
moving around like a monkey, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Bueno, se llama Go Ape. Go Ape significa algo así como volverse mono o vuélvete mono. Así es que vamos a ir a este parque, vamos a andar colgando de los árboles, cruzando puentes colgantes, ensuciándonos en el barro y bueno, eso. Where are we now?
We're now at Go Ape at Leeds Castle.
And what are we going to do now?
That's what?
What are we going to do?
We're going to have a can of Coke. And then we're going to go over there. Did you see Leeds Castle?
Bueno, esto es Go Ape.
Apparently she said make sure that you go to the toilet because we're going to be in harnesses for about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And apparently there's refreshments over there. So
Oh, okay
shall we?
then. Where's everyone?
Well, yeah, there might
Yeah.
be somewhere to sit there.
Yes, you have to push it down.
You've got to always have one, I think.
To here.
We're just saying this bit, this is... We don't do anything here. It's all different, this is tactical.
And just jump, Neil.
Yeah. Is it? Get hold of it, quick.
Now walk to the left.
No, you put it. No, you put it wrong. Come back. Yeah. No, the blue one is wrong.
Blue one's wrong.
You have to put the other thing inside first, under the green cable.
Oh, right
Yeah,
there.
that's it.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Did you enjoy that, Neil?
Well.
Right, so,
It's not too bad. You'll be fine.
Just sit on the harness and sit and
Just jump. So you'll be fine. That's it. done this after that.
Oh, it was better than Neil. Hi, Cancito. Are you enjoying it? It's quite fun, I think. No, he isn't. Jump! It happened to everyone, don't worry.
All of us. I thought I'd go straight ahead, that's good.
Yeah, me too. Even I tried to turn around. We're going first.
Luego de Go Ape, terminaron el día cenando en la lujosa Eastwell Manor, un hotel-restaurante de lujo situado en la casona de campo de los alrededores de Ashford.
Hola. Hoy es el día. Después de no sé cuánto tiempo esperando. Así que nos estamos preparando. Son las 8:30 de la mañana. En Chile deben ser las 5:30. Y aquí está arroz. Hello. Good morning.
Morning.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
How much?
Quite.
Bueno, luego va a llegar Neil, que es el amigo de Ross, y con él nos vamos a ir al registro civil. Allá va a estar los papás de Ross y la abuelita de Ross. Y después, más tarde, vamos a venir acá a hacer un brindis con unos canapés. Y después vamos a ir a sacarnos fotos a alguna parte, a la playa, no sé, vamos a ver dónde nos quiere llevar el fotógrafo, que es el papá de Ross. Y después a la noche vamos a ir a un restaurante a comer con los papás de Ross y otros amigos. Así es que eso. No sé si voy a poder grabar más cosas hoy día. Voy a tratar. Pero por lo menos vamos a tener fotos del papá de Ross. Así es que para compartir, porque de verdad que me da mucha pena que no puedan estar acá. Así que eso. Yo voy a tratar de seguir grabando. No sé si puedo grabar la ceremonia, aparte que va a ser tan fome. pero por lo menos a la noche y mañana en la fiesta voy a grabar otras cosas. Ya, les mando un abrazo y el resto de los videos ahí no sé cómo van a ser. Ross ya está listo. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you happy?
Not with this shirt, but that'd be nice.
Bueno, él le molesta que la camisa se le sale por este ladito. Pero eso es normal, yo creo. Bueno, yo no voy a aparecer mucho en los videos. Porque obviamente yo voy a estar grabando. Pero van a ver a Ross y el crack. This is Elaine. Hello, Elaine.
Hello.
And this is Neil again.
What do you mean again, living sheep?
Again.
Who are you?
Fine. Very nervous. You brought a lot of
Here I am.
Hello, Rossy. How are
croissants.
you? You share the spoon? Yes, thank you. Una semana después de la despedida de soltero, llegó el gran día. Ross y Mitchell dieron el sí en una sencilla oficina en el registro civil de Remsdale, acompañados de los papás de Ross, John y Karen, y los testigos Elaine y Neil, amigos de ambos. En una sencilla ceremonia se convirtieron en esposos, o civil partners, como dice oficialmente el certificado.
After a hurricane comes a rainbow, maybe a reason why all the doors are closed, so you could open one that leads you to the perfect road. Like a lightning bolt, your heart will glow, and when it's time you know, you just gotta ignite the light.
Luego de la ceremonia se dirigieron al departamento de los nuevos esposos, donde con unas botellas de champán comenzaron la celebración. Por la noche, junto a otro par de amigos, comenzó la fiesta, en un restaurante italiano. Pero eso fue solo el comienzo, ya que al día siguiente se celebró oficialmente la unión.
Is it ready? It's ready. Is it nice?
Yeah.
Two new Craig flavors of ball. Totally chocolatey and chocolate caramel.
We're getting ready for the meal. Vamos a ir a comer ahora a un restaurante. Alright, we need an interview. Yes. Bueno, yo ya estoy listo para ir a comer. Ross tiene que ir a duchar. ¿You understand that?
Yeah.
Sí, porque yo digo. Alright, how do you feel now that you are married to this handsome man?
Same?
The same?
Yeah. What?
How very dare you? You should be happier.
Happier?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't make you love someone more or less, does it?
Yeah, but it's, at some point it's some kind of release. Alright, can you say something
Nice.
in Spanish?
Hola.
For my family. From Gigi. Well, Gigi is here, look. Can you see her there? Well, she's Gigi. And now Ross is going to send her a oral message.
Hello, shame that you couldn't be here today, but we hope to see you soon and maybe do it again.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, celebrate again
Ah, that's right.
with all your family.
Kiss. And one for Kiki. We have to speak like Kiki.
Hmm?
You have to speak like Kiki. Well, that's it.
No.
I will try. I'm not sure if I'm going to record stuff tonight. Obviously, for sure, I'm going to do it tomorrow. You can't warm up with some wax? Not too much.
No, it'll be alright when it's dried a bit.
Well, tomorrow I will try to make some videos in the party. But now, the restaurant is a bit weird to be recording stuff. And Ross's dad is going to make pictures, so I'm going to put the pictures in the video when we get the new laptop. Well, that's it. See you soon.
Ah, right, so South London.
Gee, where do you live in Broadstairs? Oh, right. You must know my parents and grandparents.
Gina's Martin.
My grandparents and parents had York Street Post Office. Yes, my mum. Oh, yeah, I know.
I was trying to say who you were earlier on.
If you've lived in Broadstairs for years, you'd know my parents, wouldn't you? Yes, that was my mum. Yeah. Oh, she's wonderful, isn't she? Yeah. Mark knows my parents very, very well.
Well, I'm recording a video for my family.
The seafront end on the Queen's Road.
Debbie.
Debbie.
She's the one who is hosting our party tomorrow. So thank you very much, Debbie.
Ramsgate Road.
This is Mark, Neil, Claire, Elaine.
Smiling then, I'm serious.
That is Ross's grand, Ross's dad, Ross's mom. Hey mom. Say hello.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Yeah.
And this is Ross. So where are we?
In Broadstairs celebrating
Yeah.
my family.
Yeah, it's a video. This is Ross's mom. Say hello to my mom.
Hello, Mum.
Yeah. So, sorry?
There'll be some heavy hitting.
Yeah, don't worry. Very cool.
Look at the dove, so dove.
Yeah, when you do the talking, say it in June. Neil and I want to complicate.
Not going well.
Bianca,
No, it's fine.
The food arrived, so I'll see you later. Say bye.
That's for me.
La fiesta se realizó en la casa de Debbie, una amiga de ambos que se ofreció como anfitriona. A pesar de los motivos para celebrar, no todo era alegría. La ausencia de la familia y amigos de Mitchell, incluyendo a sus amigos europeos que no lograron coordinarse para asistir, tenían a Mitchell bastante triste. Este era quizás el día más importante de su vida, y por la distancia y la falta de dinero, sus papás putativos, Pedro y Gigi, y sobre todo Rita, su mamá, que falleció el año 2009, solo meses antes de que Mitchell viajara por primera vez, tenían a todos sensibles. Pero aún así, con la promesa de pronto volver a Chile y celebrar como corresponde, se subieron los ánimos. Ross terminó de preparar su libro de visitas, que lamentablemente todos olvidaron firmar, y Mitchell terminó de preparar un hermoso pastel de novios antes de dirigirse a la fiesta.
Hola. Ayer fue la comida en Presso, el restaurante donde fuimos con Ross y los papás de Ross y unos amigos. Y estuvo bastante bien. No saqué fotos porque igual era como guaso andar sacando fotos en el restaurante. Pero grabé un pequeño video, ya lo vieron. Hoy día andamos un poquito cansados. Son las 9 de la mañana. Tenemos que ir a buscar los canapés al supermercado. Así es que eso. Por ahora, después vamos a ir a buscar otras cosas a otro supermercado. Después tenemos que llevar la torta a la casa de donde va a ser la fiesta. Y ahí espero grabar más videos. Así que por ahora les muestro las tarjetas que nos han regalado. Estas son de amigos de Ross y los papás de Ross. Esta es la más grande, son los compañeros de trabajo de Ross. Y mandaron esta tarjeta con estos anillos. Esto es thankypigeon.com. Lo pueden buscar en YouTube o en internet. Ellos mandan a hacer la tarjeta con tu foto y tu texto y ellos te la mandan por correo. Esta es de los papás de Ross, de Francia, ¿verdad? Porque ellos viven en Francia. Y esta es de Neil, el amigo de Ross que nos regaló la fiesta y las comidas. Así es que eso. Y estas flores nos las regaló Debbie, que es la amiga de Ross que va a prestarnos la casa para la fiesta. Hola, soy yo de nuevo y les muestro que justo hoy día se puso a llover. Más penca que llueva en el día de tu fiesta de matrimonio. Y lo peor es que es torrencial, o sea, ahora se está calmando un poco, pero son unos chuzos que caen. Qué lata. Lo bueno es que nos vamos a ir en auto. Aquí estamos preparando las cosas que vamos a llevar a la fiesta. Estos son copas. Esto es el parlante de la música. Aquí vamos a poner la torta. Estos son canapés. No lo voy a abrir ahora porque recién lo cerré. Orquídeas que van a ir de decoración en la torta. Ya tenemos 2 orquídeas más en la casa de la torta. Y aquí está la torta. Está un poquito feíta, pero no importa. Así es que yo aquí estoy con una crema acá porque me salieron unos granos. Así que ahora me voy a ir a cambiar ropa. Ross se está bañando. Y ojalá que ligero yo lo vamos a ver acá por este lado. Por acá se ve más tranquilo, como que ya está parando. A este lado del... porque nosotros vivimos justo en la punta de un cerro. Si se fijan para allá al fondo, se ve toda la ciudad, el pueblo, porque estamos en altura. Y a veces, en este lado del edificio, está lloviendo. Pero en el otro, no, porque para allá va bajando el cerro. Entonces las nubes como que se quedan atrapadas por este lado. Ross se está preparando. En 15 minutos más nos vamos a la fiesta. Hay que llamar un taxi. I will continue recording at the party, so say goodbye until the party.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Hasta
La fiesta.
la fiesta.
Yes. He will have some drinks and he will start dancing his famous dance that everybody knows, especially his sister-in-law. So you can dance with her, can't you? Won't you dance your special dance with Tammy and Alex?
Yes, I expect I will.
Yes, after a couple of wines. Bueno, nos vemos más ratito. Chao.
La fiesta Mitchell se llevó varias sorpresas. Primero, Ross, tratando de tener al menos en el pensamiento un poco más cerca a la familia chilena, llevó cuadros con fotos de cada uno y los distribuyeron alrededor de la casa de Debbie. También Karin y Sandrine, dos de las amigas que Mitchell hizo en su pasantía, lograron viajar para acompañarlos en el gran día, trayendo además saludos de algunos de sus amigos que no pudieron asistir.
Hello guys, it's a big day, isn't it? So I wish you the very, very best for your new... Hey guys, well, it's a big day, isn't it? So I wish you the very, very best for your new life together. And I think you, of all people, really deserve it after all you went through. But let's not talk about this stupid administration. You are together, finally, and it's beautiful. So, happy married life, boys! Félicitations, et longue vie à votre amour, les tourtereaux. Lots of love from Strasbourg. And hope to see you soon. Bye!
Hello, Mickey. I'm here to wish you a very happy wedding with Ross. I hope you will be very happy and live a wonderful, wonderful life in lovely England.
Remember those walls I built? Well, baby, they're tumbling down, and they didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make a sound. I found a way to let you in, but I never really had a doubt. Standing in the light of your halo, I got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking. It's the risk that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. Pray it won't fade away. I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking. The risk that I'm taking. I'm never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. I can feel your halo. Pray it won't fade away.
Como en todo matrimonio deben haber discursos, aquí les presentamos los discursos que dio Neil, el mejor amigo de Ross y auspiciador de la fiesta.
I'll start with my one then, which is very unprepared.
Yes.
So,
Put your hand over her mouth.
Well, I did buy something this afternoon.
You didn't trust Neil.
Yeah, I know. I done your one.
I know.
I was best man before from my nephew over there, and I was marvellous. I was going to do like a Simon Bates thing, you know, the Ard tune.
Who's that?
You know, from Ard, like years ago, they used to do Ard tune by Simon Bates.
Yes, I remember it well.
In the 70s.
Well, maybe. Oh, you're giving away to
I haven't been born yet.
Still look old in there. But anyway, yeah, I will do our tune then. Yeah, Ross and Mitchell then, you met on the internet?
Yes.
Over, can I say the name of the site?
No.
Sexy hound dogs.
Anyway, it was a well-known sort of site on the internet for gentlemen, and and they met on the internet, and after how long before you come over? Were you talking 4 or 5 months? Would you say? When they came over,
We were just friends.
just friends. No Skype at that point, was there?
No.
No Skype at all.
Sometimes.
Oh. Ross was often hunched over his, over his computer, bashing away at those kids. And
That's why you brought in these 2 weeks.
what? Actually, Ross is normally very quiet, so Mitchell's very quiet as well. So quite how they converse for 4 months. I don't know how they did it.
You talk.
But even them speak, but they must get the time quite well. So they met each other over the internet, and then Mitchell come here for his 8 months in England, 9 months in England, and Mitchell was in Reading, and Ross was in Ramsgate, and they and every other weekend they sort of either went to Ramsgate or they went to Reading to meet up, and then Christmas that you were over for a couple of weeks, weren't you?
Yes.
They were over for a long time at Christmas, and then Mitchell.
We spent Christmas with you.
You just spent Christmas with me, which is a treat for you. And then what then happened was Mitchell had to go back to Chile, so he went back. So he went back for a whole year back to Chile, and they did then have to converse, didn't you, even more over Skype and MSN. Were they the two main sort of sites you were on? And text messages as well. And that lasted for a whole year, and they put him to come back again, and Mitchell then come over. And actually before Mitchell went back, Ross proposed, didn't he? Before,
Yeah, it was very nice.
Before, how did it happen?
I have witnesses here.
Yes.
2 witnesses here.
Was Ross on his knees at the time? Or not?
Yeah.
So, what? He's dirty. Anyway. Anyway, so I assume you said yes, didn't you?
Sorry.
I assume you said yes.
Obviously.
Yeah, said yes. Then when?
Disguised? You were with costume?
Oh, well, how were you disguised?
I was a nerd, wasn't it?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a nerd. You were a ghost.
A gothic, yes.
What was Ross a ghost?
A goth?
A goth? Oh.
Best couples are.
A nerd and a ghost.
And then Mitchell came back to England after a year, just over a year. This year he came back again, and it hasn't always run smoothly. They have had water bombs thrown at them from tower blocks.
And tomatoes.
And tomatoes were thrown at them as well. It's lovely, so most probably. And they've also been screamed at Ola in the street, haven't they, by nasty children.
And our neighbours.
Oh, right. And their neighbours. And the other thing I have to tell you as well, as a slight warning, is the fact. Yes, it is necessary. Is that Ross's name for Mitchell is your prince, isn't he?
Yeah.
But the problem, the slight side effect from this is the fact that Mitchell does try and make you kiss his ring at every opportunity. So if he does
this ring, not the other one.
So if Mitchell's ring comes towards you, you have to make sure you kiss it. It's your fault. You keep doing it. Thrust it in the face. So so you may have that pleasure later on, but if you do, just pucker up your lips, and you'll be fine.
Start as you mean to go on.
Alright. Well, I'm going to make you cry now. To make you laugh, I'm going to make you cry.
I think you've got an onion.
Not me. Not you. I won't cry.
You might.
Yes, you might. You should.
Standing next to me.
when I first came here, when I was notified that I was allowed to come to England, it's the same day that my mom died. So I was so sad that day. It's late in the morning. And can you sing this song?
I think it's an inappropriate song.
Entirely appropriate.
My mom died in the morning, and at night, late at night, I got an email from the British Council saying that I was allowed to come to England to teach Spanish in a school in Reading. So the mix of feelings that I had was so weird. Because on one side I was so sad, and in the other one I really wanted to come here. Not really to meet Ross, because he was my friend at that night. I wanted to come here just because I wanted to come. But when I met him, the really good person that he is, I got in my mind that it was my mom who led me to him. I believe that. So I'm really thankful to her, basically. I don't know what to believe, but I believe that it was her who led me to him, and I'm very happy. Sorry. And yesterday and today was, I think, the most happy day, the happiest day in my life was when I met you. Yesterday was a very happy day too, and it's so hard to try to enjoy it, knowing that I can't share it with her basically and with my family. So I want to thank you all, because I know you love Ross, and thank you to be here sharing with him and with me also. Thank you, Corinne and Smith, for the effort of coming today. I know it was very hard, it was a long journey, and I really thank you. And I don't know what else to say. So thank you very much. David too, for everything. And hosting us.
Oh, Mitchell, it's so lovely.
Yeah, it's very so lovely too.
Thank you.
And thank you, Neil, for everything, because all this was thanks to you, so thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
In my car.
Neil, camera. Camera.
Thank you,
Yeah.
I'm sure your mum's watching this month about anyway.
Yeah, she's upstairs in the picture.
Yes.
So thank you very much.
And thank you.
I hope you cried. Silent, because he doesn't speak too low. So.
Can you make sure that it's like this cheekbones?
Video.
I'm trying to make sure.
Go on then, Ross. Yes.
Well, quite frankly, I was astounded that I met somebody like Mitchell, because I thought that the sort of love we've got was only for other people, not me. And I'm sorry that his family can't be here. I'm sorry that his mum's not going to be here. I'm glad that his friends made the effort to come here to be with him, because otherwise it's just me and a load of old duffers there. You're the worst.
Excuse me, Ross, yes.
And I have to say that you are his favourites.
Oh. You're my favourite duffer. I'd like to thank all the people that have supported me when we were apart, because it was really, really difficult. And I'd like to thank Debbie for offering her house to us for the party, which is where we are now, as we all know.
My house.
What are we doing now?
That's it, I suppose.
Oh, what's it like?
Can I just say the reason I offered the house was because we were in Berlin.
Don't say that.
No, we were. And we were partying. And Mark and Neil had sort of disappeared. And Ross and I decided to carry on partying, didn't we? And we met this staff in this hotel. And Ross and I were in this lift. And we were invited to a party. And there was these gorgeous guys, and we were just like so excited. We thought, great. And then they disappeared. We couldn't find them, could we? And Ross and I were going up and down the lift. Well, you disappeared, Mark disappeared, and Ross and I were just going, where's the party? And we were hammering on people's doors, like, where's the party? And we never found them, did we, Ross? And in the end, I crashed out in my room. You crashed out in your room, and the next morning you sent Neil round to me and said, how does she look? and I answered the door in my PJs, polka dots, because I always do polka dots. And he said to me that Neil went back and said, she looks a bit grim actually. And about an hour later I met you for coffee, didn't I? Do you remember? And we sat over a cup of coffee in this hotel in Berlin. I was so hungover. I felt terrible. And we had a bit of a gossip about our night out, didn't we? And we had a really lovely time, didn't we? Very nice.
And that's why she offered her house. Thank you.
And if you want to see me in my PJs, I can get them on.
Are you going to do your first dance?
Y fue así como comenzó esta historia, hace ya un año que no ha sido fácil, un año lleno de sacrificios y privaciones, de distancias, de extrañar gente y contenerse mutuamente, un año juntos, un año de muchos más por venir, y que deseamos que cada año que pase sea más feliz que el anterior, porque de eso se trata el amor, de acompañarse, de tenerse, de sacrificarse por el otro, de saber que aunque el día amanezca gris, en cualquier momento saldrá el sol. Literalmente, sobre todo donde viven ellos. Solo es cosa de que, en lugar de evitar la lluvia y ponerse histéricos tratando de cubrirse, aprender a disfrutarla, detenerse en medio del camino, mirar al cielo y darse cuenta de que estando juntos, nada puede ser tan malo como para no mejorarlo. Pero esta es una celebración y el primer aniversario de vida juntos. El primer aniversario de haber sellado su compromiso con ese sí que tanto les costó concretar. Así es que para terminar, ¿qué tal unos cuantos borrachos haciendo el ridículo bailando?
Mamma mia, here I go again. Mama, how can I resist you? Mamma mia, that's the show again. Mama, just how much I missed you. Yeah, got me broken hearted. Blues is the day we parted. Mama, did I never let you go? Mamma mia, no, really no. Mama, I could never let you go.
Lindsay Lohan. Put it on my life, baby. I'ma give you a ride, baby. Can't promise tomorrow, but I promise tonight. Excuse me, I might drink a little more than I should tonight. I might take you home with me if I could tonight. Baby, I'ma make you feel so good. All the sexy time. Of your girl. When I'm involved with the sleeping in the masses, baby, and it ain't no secret. My family's from Cuba, but I'm an American. I don't get money like secrets. Put it on my life, baby. I make it feel right, baby. Can't promise tomorrow, but I promise tonight. Darling. Excuse me, I'm gonna drink a little more than I should tonight. I'm gonna take you home with me if I could tonight. Baby, I'ma make you feel so good tonight.
I don't want to be a
Sing along. I don't know the lyrics. When like a house of cards, don't know from caving in. Do you ever feel already buried deep? 6 feet under screens and no one seems to hear a thing. Do you know that there's still a chance for you? 'Cause there's a spark in you. You just gotta ignite your light and let it shine. Just on the night, like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby,
you into the video thing?
Turn it down. Let's go on the roof. And then let's do it again. Let's do it. 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 Do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Ooh, that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
Hola. Se acabó la fiesta. Ross está borracho. Está Karim.
Hi.
Sandrine.
Hola.
Ellos vinieron de Francia. Llegaron hoy día en un largo viaje.
Sí.
Y Neil nos va a dar un resumen de lo que fue toda la semana de la Volvo.
Nice.
So we're going to make a resume since Go Ape until now, Neil.
Hola. Hello from Neil.
Make a summary of the whole week.
Oh, fantastic. Very, very well. It went very good. We done Go Ape and Eastport Manor last week. And today we've done the reception. Sorry, yesterday we done the ceremony at the registry office in Ramsgate, and then afterwards we went back to Ross's flat for some canapes and champagne, and in the evening we done a meal at Prezzo.
Yeah.
With vouchers.
Yeah.
And today we then done a reception with the speeches, and hopefully someone's recorded them so you can see them later on. So thank you.
Well, it's gorgeous and special.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I am.
And Ross is lovely with his
thank you.
glittery colour.
Ross, you got to speak now.
Yeah, you never say that you're gorgeous, so that's why I don't call you gorgeous. You want to say something?
No.
Are you sure?
Come on, say something, Ross.
Hello.
You want to go to bed?
Yes.
No, you don't. Say hello and say hello to South America.
Hello to South America.
And Chile, especially.
And Chile.
And you'll be pleased to see them all quite soon.
Yes.
And live there for a long time.
No, you won't live there at all.
Yes, you are. Once you get there, you will fall in love. Ask Karine, one of your friends.
Yes. She went there and then she fell in love with the country and the guy, and then she went back.
Yeah.
Yes, but we're not quite convinced, are we?
But you want me to get you a boyfriend?
Yes, but I'm not moving to Chile.
He's supposed to live there, so how are you going to have...
No, but you haven't lived there. You've moved here, so I'm sure it's not that. I'm sure it's better to be in England or EU anyway.
Well, good night.
Good night, mate.
Good night. Buenas noches.
What's good night in Spanish?
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches. Ross?
Buenas noches.
Un beso. Un beso.